The Galactic Medical Consortium station drifted in the void, awaiting Earth's first patient. Chief Surgeon Vexlor stood beside the levitating exam table, his 4 eyes narrowing at the human female as his team prepped the scanners. Vexlor's lip curled. He expected another tedious examination of a weak, primitive species. The scanner hummed, then shrieked. A crimson biohazard symbol engulfed every monitor, and alien text scrolled warnings of an unknown Category 5 threat.
What in the name of the ancestors?
The holographic display snapped to a magnified view of Sarah's bloodstream, and the entire team froze in disbelief.
Seal this chamber. That human is a living weapon.
It's just a cold, for heaven's sake.
On the central hologram, Sarah's neutrophil lunged at a rhinovirus, like a predator deforming its membrane to consume the pathogen whole. A shimmering containment field snapped down around the exam table. Sarah, still sniffling, found herself officially labeled a biohazard. Vexlor stared at the scanner readout, his mind refusing the data. The pathogen count inside the human was rising, yet her body showed no sign of systemic failure.
It's replicating inside her. How is she still standing? This violates every law of xenopathology.
He slammed a command for the senior medical team and contacted the council liaison. Within seconds, the room swarmed with panicked alien specialists. The chamber doors hissed open. Counselor Vreth strode in, translucent skin revealing pulsing organs beneath, her black eyes sweeping the chaos with cold authority.
Surgeon Vexlor, report. Why is my station in lockdown over one human?
Because her blood is teeming with microscopic predators that consume other organisms alive. She's a walking extinction event.
For the last time, it's a sniffle. Ask your scanners if I am dying. I am not. I've had worse from a dusty room.
She's right. It's a common cold. Every human child catches it before age 2. Her immune system handles it automatically.
Vreth's hand sliced the air, cutting off any further argument. Her gaze locked onto Michael with a coldness that silenced the room.
I want a full bioanalysis. Every cell, every pathogen. Until then, no one leaves this chamber. And no word of this gets out.
The deep scanner activated with a low hum, its beams penetrating Sarah's body to map every cell. She shivered, but her expression remained annoyed. Above the table, a holographic window tore open, displaying her internal landscape in real time. The alien medical staff drew closer, their breath held. Inside the projection, neutrophils, misshapen, predatory cells, moved with eerie purpose, cornering a cluster of rhinovirus particles.
Look at them. They deform their own membranes to trap the invader, like soldiers closing a net.
It's a cold, not a military operation. You people have never seen a white blood cell before?
The aliens flinched as the neutrophils completed their kill, a burst of enzymatic light consuming the virus whole.
That's not defense. It's hunting. Your body isn't protecting you. It's executing the pathogen.
Calm down. It's just a few dead viruses. By tomorrow, I'll barely remember I had this.
The hologram replayed the sequence on a loop, and the alien doctors stood frozen. Their eyes locked on the human who sneezed into her elbow once more. The image froze on the moment of consumption. A single human cell devouring its enemy with ruthless efficiency.
It's a microscopic war crime. Those cells don't just defend, they execute. No species in the consortium has such savage biology.
Several alien doctors audibly gagged. One turned away, clutching its chest. The hologram replayed the consumption in slow motion.
Counselor Vreth, this creature cannot be treated as a patient. It must be contained as a biological weapon.
Through the frosted glass partition, the shadowed silhouettes of council delegates stirred in agitated murmurs.
You are overreacting. Every human alive has this immunity. It's the norm for our species. We can explain.
Silence. That explanation is precisely the threat. You are all walking pathogen libraries, and you see nothing wrong.
Vexlor slammed a command, and heavy quarantine seals hissed around the chamber doors. red warning lights bathed the room.
From this moment, this human is classified as a Category 5 biohazard. No treatment, no contact, no release, until the Council decides its fate.
What's my fate? I came here for a routine checkup, not a death sentence.
Vex Lore turned his back, already opening a channel to the full consortium assembly. The humans' protests faded beneath the blare of quarantine alarms.
Distinguished delegates, the evidence is undeniable. Observe the difference between a standard consortium immune response and this human abomination.
The screen split. Alien white cells drifted passively, ignoring a flood of rhinovirus. Beside it, the human neutrophil erupted into a frenzy of destruction.
Our cellular defenses are gentle filters. Theirs hunt in packs, and the human host doesn't even notice the massacre inside her own veins.
Several counselors recoiled, one clutching their headgear as neural readings betrayed a spike of pure terror.
If even a single droplet of her sneeze escapes, every populated world in this sector will be reduced to a morgue within a single orbital cycle.
You are condemning an entire species based on a sample of one. Let me present Earth's full medical history. We've lived with these viruses for millennia.
Vex Lore silenced the human's channel with a contemptuous flick, and the assembly's murmuring rose into a fearful din.
Effective immediately. All human medical integration is suspended. Consortium medical personnel will refuse treatment to any human until further orders.
Beyond the frosted containment glass, Sarah's fist struck the barrier once, then fell still, her breath fogging the surface as she watched her hopes die. The Council's holographic vote registered unanimous approval, and the station-wide announcement chimed. Earth's delegation was no longer a patient, but a prisoner.
Michael, what's happening? Why did that announcement call us prisoners? We came in peace.
They've never seen an immune system like ours. That cold you have is their worst nightmare. They think you are a plague carrier.
Then let me speak to someone who'll listen. I didn't fly across the galaxy to be caged like a lab rat.
Before Michael could respond, the chamber airlock hissed. A young xenobiologist slipped inside, her iridescent scales shimmering with fascination.
Forgive the intrusion, but the data. Are you truly tolerating a full viral replication cycle without systemic failure?
It's a cold. Everyone on Earth gets them. We survive. We get better. We move on. It's completely normal.
But your cellular defenders, they don't just neutralize, they eradicate. Do your children experience this too?
Every human child has survived this since they were 2 years old. It's a rite of passage. Our immune system remembers.
A harsh alarm shrieked. From the control room, Vexlor spotted the breach and slammed a lockdown command. Heavy seals hissed around the chamber.
Lyra, you've just contaminated yourself. The Council will hear of this. You've compromised the quarantine.
But how does your body know to destroy this virus so quickly? Have you been immunized?
No vaccine needed. Our immune system learns. Once it meets a pathogen, it remembers forever and builds a faster response next time.
It's just basic biology. You know, like a memory card. Get sick once, never as bad again.
In the control room, Vexlor's 4 eyes locked onto a new alert. The deep scanner had analyzed her T-cell activity. The data was impossible. A new holographic window erupted in the committee chamber, pulsing with a single warning. Adaptive immunity detected. T-cells had not only killed the virus, they had memorized its structure.
By the stars, their cellular soldiers learn. The human weapon adapts with every encounter.
Several delegates clutched their cranial monitors as neural panic flooded the biometric readings.
They're marveling at a simple secondary immune response. Next, they'll be amazed by vaccination.
This is revolutionary. Your species has a self-upgrading defense library. We've never seen biological memory on this scale.
You see now, counselors, this is no patient. It's an adaptive contagion. Containment is our only option. This council must act now. The human immune system is a self-learning weapon. We must quarantine their entire species before it adapts to us.
The holographic replay of T-cells forming memory structures cycled, a silent testament to an immune system that never forgot an enemy.
The evidence is compelling, Surgeon. But we must weigh the ethical ramifications.
Ethics? Where were ethics when the Jaxian plague slaughtered 3 billion? Humans are more dangerous by magnitudes. Contain them or eliminate them.
In the isolation chamber, Michael's hands pressed flat against the glass as he listened on the open channel. He had to speak now.
Counselor Vreth, you granted Earth a voice. I demand it now. Humanity is not a threat. We are a potential ally.
Very well, Dr. Thorne. The floor is yours, but know that the safety of the consortium outweighs any single species.
The entire council turned to the holographic feed of the isolation room. Sarah stood behind Michael, her earlier amusement replaced by a grim resolve.
What you see as a weapon is the cornerstone of human survival. Every child on Earth has experienced this since age 2. It is normal, not an attack.
He turned the page, revealing the mortality rate for human children, 0.0001%, a figure so low it made the alien delegates gasp.
Earth is a hostile world, brimming with pathogens. Our immune system evolved not as a weapon, but as a shield, a necessity for survival.
A shield? It's a sword wrapped in flesh. Your children, surviving only proves their training grounds for adaptive killers.
The chamber erupted into chaos. Several delegates shouted support. Others cowered, their neural readings spiking with panic.
Enough. This council will not decide on fear alone. I am ordering a full medical review before any vote on containment.
Review? While that creature sits here, its cells learning with every breath, by the time your review finishes, we'll all be infected.
Vexlor's hologram flickered and vanished. A new tracking indicator appeared on the screens, his physical form moving toward the quarantine corridor.
He's coming to the chamber. He's going to do something rash.
Let him come. Maybe facing a real human will knock some sense into him.
The outer quarantine seal disengaged with a grinding hiss. Red lights flashed as the protocol overrides took effect. The council watched in horrified silence as Vexlor prepared to open the final door, to meet the human biohazard face to face.
You've already condemned us all. This quarantine is a farce.
He slammed the control, overriding safety protocols. The door hissed open, and his robe billowed as he stormed into the chamber.
Explain to me, human, how your shield justifies carrying a library of death inside you.
Before Michael could answer, Sarah stepped forward, her patience shattered. She opened her mouth, but then her face contorted. A sharp, unstifled sneeze erupted. A fine halo of droplets sprayed into the air between them. The slow-motion scanners captured every micro-droplet arching toward Vexlor's inhaling mouth. He gasped in surprise, and the pathogen-laden air flooded his lungs. His hand flew to his throat. The quarantine alarms shrieked anew. Red lights painted the walls as the containment field snapped back to maximum power. Michael grabbed Sarah's arm, pulling her behind him. Lyra stumbled back, her eyes wide with dawning horror. On every council monitor, the image held Chief Surgeon Vexlor, the greatest xenopathologist, the greatest xenopathologist of the consortium, frozen with a face full of human contagion. Medical staff in shimmering hazmat suits converged on the frozen chief surgeon, guiding him from the chamber with urgent efficiency. They placed him inside a sterile isolation sphere, transparent walls sealing around his trembling form.
I didn't mean to. He barged in, and I couldn't hold it back. Michael, is he going to be okay?
No human pathogen has ever been tested on an alien body. I honestly don't know.
Lyra's fingers flew across her datapad, running predictive models of alien cellular response to the common cold.
The entire consortium is watching, Dr. Thorne. If he dies, your species will be branded as galactic contaminants.
The isolation monitor relayed the first signs. A tremoring cough escaped Vexlor, and his core temperature began a slow, dangerous climb. Council delegates stared at their screens, neural readings spiking as they witnessed the start of a potential biological disaster.
This is my fault. I should have stayed on Earth.
Now, The fate of the chief surgeon and humanity's place in the galaxy rested on the chance that the human cold was less lethal than it looked. Hour after hour, Vexlor's fever spiked and fell. He coughed, shuddered, but his vitals, remarkably, never entered the critical red zone.
Look, the virus is replicating, but his cells aren't collapsing. They're mounting a defense. Slow but real.
Human viruses aren't instant death sentences. They challenge immune systems to adapt, and that's exactly what we're seeing.
On the second cycle, the fever broke. Vexlor's temperature plummeted to normal, and the violent coughing subsided into exhausted silence.
Antibodies. I am detecting specific antibodies for the human rhinovirus in his bloodstream. His immune system learned.
Counselor Vreth watched the antibody data scroll across her screen, her translucent hand resting motionless on the observation window.
His own body adapted because Sarah's cold gave it a blueprint. Humans aren't a threat, we're an upgrade.
The council delegates' neural monitors registered a dramatic shift. Raw terror had given way to guarded curiosity.
It's like he's been vaccinated by accident. If we could replicate this for other pathogens, the medical implications are staggering.
Vexlor opened his eyes weakly, accepted a cup of blue liquid from a medic, and rasped a single question to the nearest monitor. Did I survive?
Connect me to Dr. Thorne. Now, I was wrong, Dr. Thorne. I let fear override my oath. Your species isn't a plague. It's a pharmacy. My own blood now carries antibodies I never had. I'm living proof that humans can strengthen other species. I want my blood studied. I want the consortium to understand that the human immune system is not a weapon. It's a blueprint for survival.
The council chamber erupted into frantic debate. Some delegates argued for immediate integration. Others still whispered containment.
We will not decide on passion alone. This council must vote formally, transparently, on whether to rescind the human ban.
Beyond the council, a flood of requests lit up Lyra's console. 37 systems demanding human blood for antibody synthesis.
It's already happening. The galaxy isn't just asking, it's begging for human blood. Every world wants what Vex's lore got.
You wanted proof, Counselor. There it is. Humanity's threat is the galaxy's greatest medical resource.
Somewhere in the chaos, a quiet notification blinked on Vreth's personal screen. The formal vote was scheduled for the next assembly session. Sarah's image had spread across the station, no longer a prisoner, but a curiosity. Delegates whispered her name as they passed her chamber.
Nurse Sarah Chen, the consortium formally requests your voluntary blood donation to synthesize antibodies for afflicted worlds.
On one condition, no human is ever treated as a biohazard again. We're allies, not pathogens.
Condition accepted. The resolution will be drafted immediately. Humanity's immune system is a medical resource, not a threat.
In the council chamber, the resolution appeared on every screen. Rescind the human ban. Recognize Earth as a medical ally. Dead silence fell. One by one, delegates who had voted to refuse now stepped forward to sign. The tally climbed toward a historic reversal.
You just changed galactic history, Sarah, with a single request.
I just asked for common decency. Every species deserves that.
The donation chair is ready, Sarah. The galaxy is watching and grateful.
Sarah nodded once and walked toward the crystal vials glowing in sterile light. The first human blood to heal a galaxy was about to be drawn. The council broadcast began. Vreth stood at the central podium, her translucent hand hovering over the final tally.
By majority vote of 212 to 4, the human ban is rescinded. The consortium officially recognizes Earth's blood as a medical resource.
The chamber erupted, not in chaos, but in applause. Delegates rose, their neural monitors flashing waves of approval. On a distant colony, a frail alien child received a synthesized antibody injection, the first of millions. Sarah's face appeared on every screen across the station, the human symbol of a galactic medical revolution.
She did it. One sneeze nearly started a war, and her immune system just ended 1,000 plagues.
Within moments, the data streams exploded. 286 star systems pleading for human blood samples.
Every plague world in the sector just filed an immediate petition. They're begging for Sarah's blood by name.
I am just a nurse from Cincinnati. I never thought I'd end up a galactic blood donor.
As the first vial filled with her deep red blood, the most requested xenobiologist in galactic history simply leaned back and closed her eyes. Sarah Chen stepped into a laboratory that now bore her name, her hospital gown replaced by a fitted lab coat, embroidered with alien script.
Chief Xenobiologist, it suits you. We're going to map every cross-species immune response in the consortium.
Then, let's start with the common cold and work our way up to the truly scary ones. Earth has plenty.
Every hospital on Earth just joined the donor network. 1 pint of human blood can immunize an entire alien settlement now.
Vexlor, fully recovered, stood before a galactic audience. No longer a panicked sturgeon, but a humbled advocate for human-alien integration.
I called them a plague. I was wrong. Humanity's blood is the key to our survival, a gift we should never have refused.
His testimony, combined with a flood of supporting data, reshaped the consortium's medical doctrine within a single lunar cycle.
Sarah, look. The antibodies from your blood are actively teaching alien T-cells how to fight the Raxian wasting virus.
Good. Let's teach them everything we've got. Earth's immune system never forgets.
And in that laboratory, a nurse from Cincinnati and an eager young xenobiologist began to rewrite the immunology of the galaxy. In the Grand Chamber, Vreth placed a holographic award in Sarah's hands, the consortium's highest medical honor.
The consortium formally apologizes. Humanity was never a biohazard. It was the cure we had forgotten to look for.
The headline "Galactic Doctors Beg for Human Blood" blazed across every screen in known space.
I am a nurse. On Earth, we survive because our immune systems remember. Let ours teach yours.
She walked to the donation chair, pulled up a digital magazine, and offered her arm. Crimson filled the crystal vial, human blood, now the most precious fluid in the galaxy. On a distant colony, a child took a breath without crisis for the first time. Vexlor watched, hand over his chest, no longer the surgeon who refused, but the one who revered. The galaxy that once refused to treat her now begged for her blood, and she gave it as simply as turning a page. She turned the page, and the galaxy at last began to learn. On 100 colony worlds, lines of frail children received a single synthesized human antibody. The wasting fevers that had killed for centuries simply stopped. For the first time in 7 generations, a Vraxian mother held a fever-free infant. The galaxy was learning what humanity had always known. Alien doctors who had once refused to touch a human now crowded into lecture halls, studying holographic diagrams of neutrophil phagocytosis with open awe.
The consortium's greatest xenopathologists now enroll in courses taught by human nurses. Our panic became our education.
Michael Thorne stood in a newly christened Earth embassy aboard the station, signing the first treaty of medical exchange between humanity and the wider galaxy. Holographic billboards across the station that once flashed "quarantine" now displayed a live feed of Sarah's blood donation with the words, "Immunized."
The Vraxian birth rate just stabilized. Sarah, your blood is directly responsible for a generation of children that never got sick.
Sarah glanced at the monitor herself. A colony's first healthy infant in a decade. Its tiny hand clutching a prenatal image of her own face.
Just a cold, just a normal immune system. And it saved a galaxy.
The galaxy that once refused to treat humans now built shrines to their white blood cells. And humanity gave its gift freely, not as dominators, but as doctors. Sarah sat alone in the garden dome, stars wheeling beyond the transparent ceiling, a small terracotta pot beside her. Vexlor entered silently, his 4 eyes downcast, a tiny carved box clutched in his trembling blue hands.
I brought something from my homeworld, a single seed of the Sylvanus tree, the most sacred symbol of life my people have.
You are giving me a seed? After you wanted me euthanized? This is quite the turnaround.
I tried to destroy you, and instead you gave me a cold that turned into my survival. I owe you its weight in soil.
He knelt and carefully pressed the pale, glowing seed into the dark, alien loam with ceremonial reverence. Michael stepped into the garden, pausing at the threshold as he witnessed the quiet ritual.
To both of you, humanity is not a plague. You are life givers. I see that now.
I am just a nurse who sneezes, Vexlor. But thank you. This means more than any medal.
Under the alien constellations, 3 former adversaries sat together, watching a tiny green shoot break through the soil. The Earth shuttle gleamed on the docking pad, its engines humming a low promise of home. Sarah paused at the base of the ramp, a small terracotta pot cradled in one arm.
Take it. A vial of your own blood, synthesized. A reminder that your body saved my world.
She looked past him to the line of alien doctors behind, each one holding a crystal phial of synthesized antibody.
The Vraxian children asked me to give you this. Every single one is healthy because of you.
Sarah pressed the datapad to her heart, then lifted her arm in a sweeping wave to the assembled doctors. The alien doctors raised their vials in unison, a silent, crystalline salute. She turned and climbed the ramp. The pot of Sylvanus soil clutched close, the shuttle door sealed with a soft hiss. Through the viewport, the line of doctors stood motionless, their files catching the starlight. On the docking bay wall, a hand-drawn banner appeared. Dozens of alien children's crayon drawings of a woman with brown hair, holding a child. Sarah saw it through the window, and for the first time since the quarantine, she let the tears come. The shuttle's engines ignited with a soft, deep thrum. Slowly, the docking clamps released, and the vessel lifted away from the station. Through the viewport, the crayon banner fluttered, the doctors still holding their vials aloft, like tiny beacons. The station shrank to a silver crescent, and the line of doctors became indistinguishable from the stars. The camera lingered on the void, where a single faint glow marked the shuttle's trajectory toward Earth. In that shuttle, a human nurse cradled a seed and a vial of her own blood, a souvenir of the galaxy she'd healed. The consortium had refused to treat her. Now they begged for her blood, and all she'd done was sneeze. The screen began to dim, leaving only the sound of a quiet heartbeat, steady, human, indomitable. And then, a single line of text, white against the black: humanity's immune system, the galaxy's greatest gift. The heartbeat faded into the faintest echo of a sneeze, a reminder that the most ordinary things can save the cosmos. Then silence. The stars waited for the next human with a cold. The docking bay lay silent now, the children's banner the only witness to a historic departure. A single crayon sketch caught the starlight. A brown-haired woman cradling a newborn Vraxian. Beneath it, the consortium doctors had left their crystal vials, lined up like offerings. The station's engines hummed a low, eternal note, the bass line of a galaxy on the mend. And from somewhere deep in the ship, a heartbeat, steady, human, indomitable. It was joined by a ghost of a sneeze, the faintest echo, defiant and ordinary. That sound was not a threat. It was a promise that humanity would survive anything. The screen faded to black, and a line of text emerged. The galaxy begged for human blood. It held, then dissolved into the darkness, leaving only the afterimage of a single white blood cell. Then nothing. The story was over, but the antibodies would live forever.